I landed my dream job. The job that I thought would make me. It was an executive role working for the City of London. I was working with companies like Uber and Emirates. My parents were stoked. It was everything I had worked towards and everything that I wanted. In less than 12 months, I was completely burnt out. I was anxious and completely lost. This job didn't make me, it broke me. In this video, I will share the signs that I ignored, exactly what went wrong, and how I turned things around. Because if you're chasing your dream job, the next promotion, but your health and happiness are slowly slipping away, you need to hear this. Or maybe you're in a similar position to me. Maybe you just got that promotion or achieved what you thought was your dream job. Hopefully you can use my story to recognize any early signs of burnout, stress or fatigue, and use that to know what to do instead, before it takes everything from you. And if you're already in it, already stressed, already burnt out and struggling, I do offer private one-on-one sessions to help with burnout, stress management, recovery, habits, and life direction. So if that's something you're interested in, it's the first link in the description. You're welcome to reach out to me directly. I remember the first few weeks of working there, in this beautiful, amazing office overlooking Tower Bridge. We were working with exciting brands, big partners. I felt like I'd finally found my place. It was flashy and exciting, but behind it all, there were long days, constant pressure. The creative work that I was there to do felt like it was just another number in the system. I struggled with my sleeping, struggled eating, started drinking more, saying yes to things that I didn't want to be doing. I was trying to numb myself out through the only way that I knew. I was trying to prove that I belong, keep up with the crowd, work harder, work longer, show them you're trying. But it broke me. The worst part was, on the outside, I looked successful. My family was proud. People were congratulating me on a new role. But deep down, I was really struggling. I was burning out. The more I pushed forward, the more I struggled. Found that I had this constant brain fog. The Sunday blues and the Monday dread really hit me. I'd cancel plans regularly just to rest, but find I wasn't getting any, and found my over-reliance on caffeine to pull me through the day was massive. Also needing substances to calm me down in the evening. I was feeling detached, working in one of the biggest cities in the world, feeling alone and isolated. But from the outside, everybody thought I was thriving in this new environment. I was telling everybody I'm fine though, even though it felt like I was drowning. It got to a point where I started questioning what my job was doing for society, what it was providing. It felt like all I was doing was taking and not getting anything back. The value that I wanted to create in society was being diminished by the work I was doing. And I just remember clearly thinking, if my job just disappears like that, would it really affect the world, or would it make it a better place? And yet, I kept going. The pandemic hit and everything came crashing down. I kept trudging through, not knowing what my turning point would be, until it finally happened. Got an email from the company saying they wanted me back working in London. And at the time, I was working remotely from Australia, but this was mid-pandemic. I had no house to move to, no office space to work from, and the flights were thousands of dollars. They put me in this really uncomfortable position, picking between my life and my work. Australia was moving into summer, the UK was moving into winter. I'd just gotten a puppy, I had a girlfriend, and we were renovating a van. When I got the news, I completely broke down. We were packing my bags, and then it clicked. I didn't have to sacrifice myself, my health, and the things that I love for a job that's draining me of my energy. That's when I realized no job is worth ruining your life. But at the same time, I had that awakening, and I left my job. My partner broke up with me. So in the same week, I lost my job, my partner, my direction, and where I was going with my life. I had completely hit rock bottom. The definition of insanity is trying the same things over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That's what it felt like I was doing with all my coping strategies. Trying the same things over and over, but they still made me feel like shit. That's when I went, fuck it, what other options are there? I really had nothing else to lose. So I started off really small, focused on my sleep, my nutrition, getting some movement, getting some sunshine, learning about the benefits of cold water, journaling, delving into meditation and mindset work, using this time to reflect, to review, and to plan what I wanted in my life. I was completely at rock bottom. I had absolutely nothing else to lose and absolutely everything to gain. And after slow progress, I finally regained control of my life. I felt that I was happier. I was clearer on the direction of my life. All these positive habits were actually making my life so much better. I traded possessional wealth for wealth that's not quantifiable. I was wealthy with time, with love, with friends, but that's worth its weight in gold. But the big thing that I keep reminding myself, you don't need to break down to change direction. I wish I had known that sooner. If you have that voice in your head questioning that direction, questioning your choices, feeling the edges fray, maybe it's worth giving it some time and hearing what it has to say. Because at the end of the day, the few things that I wish I knew sooner, and what you can do now, is keep in your mind that burnout doesn't always scream, but it whispers. Success that costs your health is not success. You need space to reflect, not just to hustle harder. This stuff you can't just push through. You have to give it time. And there is another way. You just have to be willing to break the cycle. You have to give yourself permission to, one, be a beginner, try things that you haven't tried, and give it time. This won't happen overnight. There are no quick fixes here. And if you're nodding along to all of this, feeling it resonate with you, and needing some change and some action in your life, feel free to reach out to me directly through the first link in the description, where we can work one-on-one together to reevaluate your habits, your direction, build some strategies to handle the stress, and make you live a happier, more fulfilling life. Because deep down, I wish I could have learned this sooner, but it took me about 5 years of my life to do. So if we can shrink that and achieve it sooner, go on living your life happier and more fulfilled. Because at the end of the day, walking into my dream job, I thought it was going to define me, make me who I was. But the biggest takeaway was having the courage to step up, walk away from it, choosing what serves me the best, and continuing with that direction. If I can do it, you can do it too. And also YouTube thinks that you should watch this video right here. And I think I'd tend to agree with them.